and the juries will read the book with you and see if you were good or bad and so on. That's number one. He's the one in charge of writing or in carving the name of the king in the cartouche, on the tree of life. The identity of the king and so on. He's the one watching over you all your life and then judging or reporting to the God. When we talk about religion, of course, we cannot ignore one of my favorite kings. And by the way, the magazine of this month, it has an article about Akhenaten. I've written this article, so I recommend if you can read it. It's about Akhenaten and Nefertiti, his beloved wife. Yeah, and the children.
Yeah, are they the first ones?
Yeah, that's right. It's the first and the last one, actually.
Yeah, you have to show them.
Yeah, Akhenaten is amazing. I don't want to talk more about Akhenaten because there are like long article about it.
Yeah.
But definitely it was like a revolution. Akhenaten was unique and he introduced a lot of things. Revolution in religion, revolution in art, yeah, and in the way of building temples and practicing religion. It didn't last long, 16 years. What a shame. Yeah? But he left us a lot behind him anyway. So here you can see Akhenaten to the left hand side and Nefertiti, the beloved wife, on the right hand side. On the top of the scene is the solar disk, and the solar disk sending rays, the sun rays ended with human hands. They are holding the keys of knife, pointing the keys of knife to the nose of the king and the queen as if they are giving them life. And he's the first and the last one we see as a king or even as a queen, holding a baby girl, kissing the baby like what we see here. Very intimate scene. Usually kings and queens are very formal. Yeah. They don't show their normal life or their family life. Here another picture of Akhenaten. I got this picture. Why? Because I wanted to tell you that the way they were practicing religion at the time of Akhenaten was very different because everyone was allowed in the temple. The temples were not roofed like the old temples. They were all opened to the sky, and they believed that the God is not the solar disk or the sky, the sun god, but he is the hidden power behind the solar disk. And they challenged anybody and everybody. If you'd like to see God, you have to look through the solar disk. If you can see through, then you can see God. Of course, nobody can see it. Yeah? But you can always feel the power of God in everything around you. In your body, in mountains, in seas, and so on. The one who ruled after Akhenaten was the very famous King Tutankhamun. Yeah? We might have another lecture about hieroglyphics. How to read and write hieroglyphics. Sometimes King Tutankhamun, the American friends or Americans, they always love to call him King Tut.
Yeah.
King Tut, yeah? Or Tutankhamun. But if we say Tut, I write it here T-U-T. This is not the right spelling, but this is the most common way of writing the name of the king. Tut comes from thought. Ankh, it's the key of life. Ammon, before it was Aten. Why it was Aten? Because Aten was the name of the god of Akhenaten. So his name was Tutankhaten. It is proved, by the way, that Tutankhaten earlier on was the the son of Akhenaten. It was believed before that he was a younger brother, but has been proved that he was a son of Akhenaten. His mother was not Nefertiti, was another queen, but his father was Akhenaten. So his name was Tutankhaten. When he was 9 years old and his father died, he became the pharaoh. But under the pressure and the influence of the priests of Ammon, he has to change his name, change the religion, move the capital, and so on. So he became the famous Tutankhamun. If we translate the name in English now, it's the living image of the god Ammon. Towards the end, some pictures of some of the famous kings, some of the famous pharaohs who used military and religion to become pharaohs. So Horemheb was the king. He was a general. Yeah, this is from his tomb in Saqqara, which was recently opened only 2 years ago, and showing his dignity. He's the general of the Egyptian army. He's the most powerful and so on. He's wearing like tons of jewelry and gold. You see the servants are placing the necklaces around his neck. He's the one ruled after King A, who was the high priest and was an old man. After the death of Tutankhamun, he got married to his widow and he made himself the pharaoh. He was not from the royal family, and he ruled for only 2 years until he died. So the one took over was Horemheb, the very strong and powerful pharaoh, who was the last one of the 18th dynasty, and coming later on the 19th dynasty, which will be ruled by all generals of the Egyptian army. Ramesses I, Seti I, Ramesses II, and so on. Yeah, Medim, Bita, all of them were generals of the Egyptian army and ruled as pharaohs. The divine birth of Queen Hatshepsut. Amazing that Queen Hatshepsut claimed that her father was not the king we know, Amenhotep I, but her father was Amun-Ra. How come Hatshepsut? My father came, Amun-Ra came as a god, there in the human form, spent one night with my mother, and didn't make love. Talk about God and human, but this is how they interacted together. They were sitting in front. The one on the right hand side is Amun-Ra, with the 2 long feathers. The one to the left hand side is the daughter of Queen, the mother of Queen Hatshepsut, holding hands, knees against knees, yeah. And he was, they were carried by 2 angels. You can see at the bottom over there. Okay, so this is how they communicated, and he was pointing the key of life to her nose. By the way, this is just a drawing of the scene, because it's a shame to say that most of the scenes from the temple of Queen Hatshepsut are gone, eroded. Thank God that we have documentaries of these scenes, but if you go there today, you cannot see anything. I've seen it, by the way, when I was studying. I've seen it, so it tells you that like 25 years ago it was okay, today is gone. Here is a good picture from the temple of Hatshepsut that survived in a way. It shows the queen pregnant after having the order from Amun-Ra to become pregnant and carrying the seeds of the god and giving birth to Queen Hatshepsut. Queen Hatshepsut didn't ask people to accept her as the queen of Egypt, but asked them to accept her as the divine child of the god. So using religion. We said Horemheb used military and power to become a pharaoh. Hatshepsut used religion. And here again is from the divine birth of Queen Hatshepsut. This is the divine birth of Amenhotep III. Amenhotep III, by the way, was the father of Akhenaten and the grandfather of Tutankhamun. He used the same story, that his mother was married to the god Amun-Ra and gave birth. Very similar, as if he's like copying the scene from the temple of Hatshepsut. And this one, by the way, is from the temple of Luxor. The temple of Luxor, near the sanctuary of the temple of Luxor, which is built by Mr. Alexander the Great. Yeah? This scene is from the outer wall of the shrine built by Alexander the Great, in the heart of the temple of Luxor, built by Amenhotep III. When you look at the king here with the gods, you will never doubt that he was a Greek king, Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great, he said that I'm more Egyptian than the Egyptians themselves. And he claimed that he was the son of Amun-Ra, exactly the same story, the divine birth, the god. Who created this story? Not Alexander the Great, the priests. When he went to visit Siwa Oasis, the oracle temple there, he got this information from the priest there. They want to play a game with him. Yeah, you know, if you can beat them, join them. The Greeks invaded Egypt. They are here, so they have to play together. As priests, we are going to lose if we don't deal with those invaders. So they made him believe that he's the divine child of Amun-Ra. I'm sure he didn't believe so. He, as Alexander, didn't believe so, but he wanted everybody to believe that he believed, which was not accepted by his generals. They said that the guy is going nuts. Yeah? But he knew how to gain his enemies. The Egyptians are enemies. Now he wanted to mingle with them. The same thing when he married to the widow of his enemy in Persia and so on. So the same thing. So this scene is from the Temple of Luxor and showing I got this map to show the place of El.meniawy, which is the homeland of Akhenaten and Nefertiti, which is in the Middle Egypt also. It's a very recommended place to visit. It's not far actually, it's like less than 3 hours drive from Cairo. I hope that you have enjoyed talking about the religion in ancient Egypt. And I have here my brochure and my business cards. It has my website and my contact numbers and so on. I'll be glad to get your feedback. I'll be glad also to hear from you if you have any question, if you'd like to discuss anything. I'd like to keep updated with the lectures coming later on in here or other places. We'll keep you posted if you communicate with me by email or on Facebook and so on. So I can always add you to the mail list and let you know that what's happening next and so on.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
You know, Hisham, I've been here a long time and I've read so many books about Egypt. But I feel I've learned more listening to you today. Because every book has a different story.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I really enjoyed it. Yeah. As long as they had the lectures downstairs, I'll come.
That is a issue.
Thank you, Hisham.
In your article, you mentioned the Renaissance that came about with Akhenaten's rule. Could you elaborate on that? Exactly what happened that would convince us?
It's a